Hi, I'm Dawn Michelle, and this is Makeup or Breakup Blog. Today I'm going to be reviewing the latest from BH Cosmetics, and this is an eyeshadow palette, and it's called Party in Puerto Rico. This is a 16 color shadow palette, which implies to me, since it doesn't say eyeshadow palette direct, that this is more of a pressed pigment palette. Let's see what's inside, shall we? I'll read this little blur that sits here in the back. Live your best life with Party in Puerto Rico. This vegan array of vibrant oranges and pinks. Okay. Plus smoky hits with intense pigment payoff. Can keep up with beach and rainforest hopping, wild nightlife, and everything in between. And the funny thing about this is, the next blurb after that, it's a translation of what I just said, but only in French and not Spanish. Interesting. Okay, let's see what it says here. The total net weight, okay, holds 0.56 ounce, which equates to 16 grams. This is what the color palette scheme looks like, and indeed, oranges and pinks and some golds. But other than that, that's a glorious picture up there. A lot of green, no green. There is like a bit of a color shift here with like a gold green, I'm not sure. The front of the palette shows homes in Puerto Rico or buildings that are painted in these brilliant, beautiful colors, like blues and greens. And I don't see those in there. So that's interesting. Maybe BH wanted to surprise people and have them think outside the box. Considering that Puerto Rico is a Caribbean island surrounded by beautiful blue water and lots of greenery, they're known for having a beautiful rainforest out there, you would think that they would have thrown in some kind of either a deep green or a frog green. The island is known for a specific frog that they call the coqui because it makes that sound, the imitation of the sound, coqui, how it sounds is a very penetrating sound from this itty bitty frog that for a long time it was considered a legend because no one saw it because of all the lush greenery and vegetation. The frog is like this tiny, so it's hard to locate, but its voice was booming. And I'm looking at the names here. Sorry to get off track a little bit, but again, some would argue that, you know, maybe there's more than one frog on the island. Maybe coquis come in different colors, I don't know. But the coqui that they used here is a reddish orange with a shimmer. I don't know about that, but from what I read, there may be a coqui that's on the reddish side, but that's not really true red. It's more like a burnt orange shimmer. So it's sort of like a yellowish shimmer to the burnt orange. And Vieques, which is this particular color, is like a beautiful like fuchsia shimmer. And then there's this yellow. I was expecting to say Dorado, which is a town in Puerto Rico. And I think Dorado, if you translate from Spanish, it means gold. But here it's Condado. El Moro, which is a former military site, fort in Puerto Rico. It's the dome, that little building that has a dome. I'll post a picture somewhere here. The color they chose for it is like another sort of like a weird burnt orange. This has more of a pinkish hue. This is more like a burnt orange. Let's see what else we have here. We have San Juan, which has that gold shimmer. So it's very interesting. Here are shimmers here, this couple here, and here. And these are the mattes. I would advise, since this is more of a pressed pigment variety, you may want to put a primer on your eye, something a little sticky, in order for this to cling to. I did test this out a little bit. You'll notice I have some marks on this, on some of them. There's a lot of kickback, there's a lot of fallout, so you don't have to press deep into the pan. Like if you're someone that's heavy-handed, this pan can quickly become a mess. So just very light, very, very light. And you'll get that, the pigment will cling to the brushes readily and easily. So we're gonna try this here. And I'm gonna put a little bit of primer. For some reason, all my primers are hiding. The only one I could find was my one from e.l.f. So I'm going to use that. I haven't used this in a hot minute. So I'm just gonna see if I can get that out. It's really thick, this primer. You see that? Yeah, that's pretty thick. Just gonna put that there. And I'm just gonna apply this direct on the eyes like so. This palette, this 16 pan palette, costs $17 US on their website. BH Cosmetics is vegan and cruelty free, and offers Afterpay as a pay installment plan. That's going on very smoothly. It almost feels silicone-y. So that's it for now. Got my little fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna dive right in here. I'm gonna start off with Culebra right there. Look at that. It doesn't take much to go into the pan. And again, just be careful when you do, because it has a lot of fallout. So oh, look at that, see? This is why I suspected that this was more of a pressed pigment palette, because the color payoff is immediate, and it's vibrant, and it's deep. And it doesn't take much to put it from the brush to your skin. I would advise though, because there's a lot of fallout, you may want to put a little bit of powder or something underneath, because I tried to do this without any powder and it became a hot mess. So to me, this is definitely not a palette for a beginner. This is a palette more for an intermediate to expert, because you might get a little frustrated as a beginner with these colors. Although they blend like a dream, they don't set, so you would need that primer to put on the eyes. I'm really liking that color right there. What else should I put in there? Maybe let me try this yellow, this Condado. Why not? I would also recommend that you may want to use different brushes, because of the fact that the pigment is so loose when it comes off, that, and it's so potent. Look at that. That you may want to have a color switch or makeup remover. I have a makeup eraser with me just in case, but I'm just gonna go in here and see what else it does. That yellow is extraordinary. Look at that. It's just sitting there really nicely with the other color, which is the Culebra. Culebra? Look at that. That is really pretty. I'm gonna try that lovely color right here. Again, it doesn't take much. And look at that. Wow, okay, it comes off like a very pretty pale pink there. Maybe almost a skin tone. A very pale one. That's really pretty. I want to deepen it a little. I'll go in with Castillo, which is up here. It's almost like a, dare I say, maroon. And again, it doesn't take much. And I'm just trying to not amplify, but more like deepen, to add more dimension. Because they mentioned a smoky look. So, that is pretty. Again, I'm not going in hard. You don't need to. I'm gonna try this color. This one down here, La Fortaleza. Fortaleza. And again, look at that. Okay, this is giving me more of that smoky look that I was curious about. The colors go together well. They don't muddy into each other, which is nice. The only thing is, if you're heavy-handed or you're a novice, this may not be the first palette you want to pull out. You will need to sit and practice with it. I did a practice run because normally I just do my makeup straight on the camera, just, you know, do my first impressions right on the spot. But because there was a lot of fallout, I was like, you know what, maybe I should just play with this a bit and just get used to it and try to create a cohesive look. So I'm gonna go in with Rincon, which is right here. I did a swatch on this. That's beautiful. And I'm just gonna apply it right on the middle of the lid here. Oh, wow, that's pretty. Very nice. Very nice. I'm going with Castillo. And just keep deepening and brightening the color a bit. Look at that. It's almost like a burnished sunset. That's really pretty. That is really, really pretty. I like that. All right, guys, what do you think of my look? I am loving it. Why? It just feels tropical. It feels alive. It's colorful. It evokes a summer breeze on a beautiful island. I would still have to say they should have thrown in an honest green and a blue in there, a Caribbean blue and a tropical jungle green, or a very pale green. Just something, give us something. Otherwise, I'm sure people are already discussing it online. Again, this is one of the new palettes that has come out with BH Cosmetics. There is another one that I will feature in a follow-up video, and I believe we are going to Paris on the next one, but there you go. I am loving it. I am loving it. I feel like I've just come off sun-kissed from the beach and I'm ready to go on the yacht to have my drink. So let me know in the comments below what you think. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, and even better, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll know my next video will be up. Take care, and I see you in the next video. Bye.